And I'm back with more Metal Gear Solid 2. More cutscene stuff.
Freeze!
Don't shoot.
You a cop?
I'm not NYPD. I came in with the Bravo team. Who are you with? And what happened to SEAL Team 10?
They're all dead.
All of them? That's bad.
Did I tell you you could move?
It's all right. He's not one of the bad guys. Don't go pointing that thing everywhere, kid. What's your name?
My name is Peter. Peter Stillman.
Lecturer at Navscolio, Indian Head. Also a consultant for the NYPD bomb squad.
A poor old man who got dragged along for this picnic.
I thought you'd retired.
I did. Can't keep up with everybody, as you can see. A famous church got wiped off the map thanks to me, with too many lives inside. All I lost was this leg.
So you're the bomb disposal guy.
Kid, this is the bomb disposal guy. Open any explosives disposal textbook and you'll see his name.
Just ancient history now.
Why did they bring you out of retirement then?
Because the terrorist group here includes one of my students, the Emperor of Explosives, Fat Man. He built an atomic bomb when he was only 10.
Jesus.
I created him in a sense.
And that's why you're here.
I'm pretty rusty. I was supposed to supervise the bomb disposal. Looks like it was taken care of before I had my turn.
I wouldn't say that. There are at least 2 people here who can claim to be experts at bomb disposal.
Are you two with SEAL Team 10? I didn't see you at the mission briefing.
Oh, we're with another squad. My name is Pliskin, Lieutenant Junior Grade. Honored to meet you, sir.
Mr. Pliskin, do you have any experience with explosives disposal?
Don't worry about me. And he looks young, but he can do it. But we need more manpower.
I'm,
What's your name?
Raiden.
That's an odd name.
Any other survivors?
There was also an engineer with me.
An engineer?
A skinny guy. He went in with us.
Where is he?
I haven't seen him since that skirmish.
Was he killed?
I don't think so. I didn't find his body.
I see.
They told me he was a security systems architect for the big shell.
Why would they take a civilian along?
Everything in this structure is computer controlled. He was supposed to get us past all the security measures.
I never heard anything about that.
He had official orders with him.
We'll leave that for later. Right now, we need to figure out how to deal with all the bombs.
But there's no one left from the SEAL's EOD squad.
Yup, so we have to do it ourselves.
But I've never defused a bomb before. Hold on a sec.
Off to confer with the CO again?
Glad to hear Stillman is safe. Assist him in any way possible to clear the C4 from the structure.
Colonel, you know I've never been trained in bomb disposal.
It's all right. The man you're working with is the best in the field. All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own. There are more important issues at hand, Raiden. The enemy may retaliate for the failed assault. Get those C4s neutralized now.
Colonel, I'm not qualified for bomb disposal.
Jack, it's me.
Rose?
You can do this. Trust me.
You haven't had bomb disposal training per se in VR, but you're more than capable of handling C4.
This is a little different from using C4.
You're up for this. You know that.
How about it, kid? Are the results in yet?
There's no need to think about this so much. You won't actually be dismantling the bomb. That's not for amateurs. What we'll try here instead is a temporary freezing measure. Here, look at this. This is a C4 bomb. It's live. You can see it pulsing. Now you spray this on the sucker and there we go. Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly.
How long does the effect last?
There's no way the thing can detonate in this condition. Even if you leave it alone, it'll stay out of commission for at least 24 hours.
That's enough time.
If we had the manpower, I'd recommend complete disposal. But this will have to do. The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under a table, everywhere. Try to imagine the locations the bomber would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man.
Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you. It's what they call an ion mobility spectrometer. It can recognize ionized gas emitted by C4s.
The what?
In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4's scent.
That's right. I've established a link-up with your radar network, so any scent detected will be represented visually. Have the sensor activated and keep your eye on the radar.
What if he's using some other odorless substance?
I know Fat Man well. I know how into his own aesthetics he is.
Signatures?
Yes, on every bomb he builds, he always leaves a trace of the cologne he uses. The sensor also picks up that particular scent spectrum.
Is that something he learned from you?
No, it was his own quirk. He wouldn't work by any rules except his own, and he followed them like a religion. And common sense wasn't one of his strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. There's something very unusual about an ability like that. Even at Indian Head, he got special treatment. I remember some people called him one of the fat cats. Maybe that's what started all this. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on. The trick is to know which one. Right. All I taught him was skills. And now I have to stop him from using it to destroy us all.
Let's see how well that sensor works.
All right. I'm activating them. Watch. You see the green stuff on the radar? That's a visual representation of the C4 scent detected by the sensor.
It's a pretty big area, isn't it?
Don't complain. It's better than nothing.
Just activate the sensors and search the area, okay?
All right.
Don't forget that you need the radar to use this system. Log into the node at every strut and turn the radar on.
We have to keep out of the enemy's sight, too.
Because the radar gets knocked offline when we're spotted?
Exactly. Fat Man would have allotted some C4s here in Strut C as well.
Here?
I know the structure of this facility, and if he wants to take out the plant, where he would target.
You know this for sure?
Of course. I taught him the techniques he uses. His ideas are based on my theories. Demolition is a kind of ideology. It makes no exceptions for time or place. Big shell consists of 2 hexagons joined end on end, north to south. There should be packets of C4s on each of the vertices, or the struts in this case. You need at least that to take a building of this integrity out.
6 on shell 1, another 6 on shell 2. A total of 12 bombs at least.
Considering the shell's architecture and composition from an engineering standpoint, that's my conclusion, and it's exactly what he would have decided as well.
Kid, this place is all yours. I'll take care of shell 2.
Take this.
What's this?
Security card, issued to Shell personnel. The Big Shell security layout includes varying levels of clearance. The clearance level is identified by the number printed on these doors. Raiden, your card key can open doors with security clearance level 1. Pliskin, your card can get you into level 3 areas. You'll need it to get next door to Shell 2.
How did you get this?
That engineer I told you about gave it to me. He was supposed to program a set of all access cards once we were on site. Unfortunately, this card won't get you into every area of this structure.
We'll have to deal with the remaining security lockouts as they come up. Let's get going. You stay here.
No, I'm going.
The two of us can handle it, don't worry.
But
You'll just slow us down with that leg of yours. There's a war going on here. I don't have time to babysit anymore.
Why don't you just let us handle the grunt work? You can tell us what to do over the radio, like in the original mission plan.
all right. I'll give you instructions from here. I may also need to prepare a backup plan just in case.
In case of what?
Good luck to both of you. This is a dangerous one.
Who dares, wins.
If anything comes up, let me know. My frequency is 140.25.
Good luck, kid. I'll see you later. Semper Fi.
That man's no SEAL. I don't even think he's a Navy man.
What?
Semper Fi. Marine Corps talk. Normally, team leaders stay in the CP and give orders with those headphones. And as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field. And Who Dares Wins is a model of the British Special Air Service.
Is he one of the terrorists, then?
No, somehow I don't think so. If there's someone to suspect, I'd put my money on you.
Oh, ouch.
I'm...
Just take care of those bombs for now.
What about you? They could be back in this area soon.
I'll hide out in this pantry for a while. If I lock the door, it should be all right. Plenty of food in here too, so you don't need to worry about me. I'll give you instructions by codec from here. Good luck, kid. Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality. Don't let the fear get to you. When you give in to the fear, the darkness comes.
Okay. So save it now. Let's see, something...
Jack, is
I might,
that you?
Might talk after this little thing, because they might mention it. There was something I did want to mention about Raiden, and this is probably the best episode to do
See
it.
ya.
Okay, good. Nothing there. I know where all the bombs are, so I don't need this. The thing I wanted to mention was Raiden's English voice actor, Quentin Flynn, and some stories that I was able to get because... Let's see.
Right.
Yeah. Now, Stillman's just gonna keep saying there's something wrong, there's something wrong, there's something wrong. But yeah, Quentin Flynn, I met him on a couple of different conventions up here in Minnesota, and awesome guy. Even though somebody tried to cancel culture him and it didn't work because reasons. Can't always win those, can you? Good on him. I never would have suspected him anyway. I'm trying to remember all the stories. The one I specifically remember, which is kind of goofy, is... going to meet him and setting up, like, you know, because they'll give out autographs and photographs and other types of merch. And one of the ones he was going to do was a little CD of his, because he was doing some stuff on like some punk music or whatever, you know, punk or some light rock or some shit. It was decent. I just remember, like, it was one of those things where he would only do like cash, right? And I had no cash on me. I tend not to, but there was no ATM in the facility for some reason. I don't know why that hotel didn't have that as a thing. You know, you should have an ATM in pretty much any store you're looking at. You would think that would be, you know, par for the course, but no. So, whatever. You know, he's still at the booth for another half hour to an hour. I'm walking 10 minutes to a freaking gas station to do the thing and to buy the CD. I felt really stupid. Not because I was buying it from him, but because, like, why did I need to do that? You know, credit cards should be an easy enough prospect to get. Anyway, I'll get to that. But there was also... I'm trying to remember. There was one where... I'm trying to remember. What was it? It was a lot of stuff that we would talk about. You know, certain stories or certain things that people would mention while they're in a panel, because that's usually what they're there for, is a panel to tell stories, do stuff. And a couple of ones that I remember specifically about Metal Gear stuck out to me. One was, you know, he never said anything about whether the whole... Because the Raiden thing, you know, I'll get into that with more detail. The Raiden versus Snake thing, and is this a problem? Is this a bad thing? Is this dumb? You know, switching out Snake for the character. It's a different story altogether. The one I remember was... I think I said this in an earlier play, I think, of Metal Gear 1, was that actors don't always remember the stuff that they've done unless they've gotten told that they've done it over and over. There we go. So... Case in point, Quentin Flynn, I asked him, you know, I think I made an idiot of myself saying, hey, I remember you from a couple characters, Final Fantasy X, and whatever, it's cool. And, you know, it got to the point of being a little overbearing and overwhelming. The point of the story that he was telling was, sometimes you can or can't remember everything you're being told, or everything that you've done, or everything that you're going to do. So there's just no way around it. And his story was, I don't remember everything in my life because I'm always doing something else. A different show, a different thing, a different whatever. You know, because he's riding in this, or he's been in Final Fantasy X, or some Disney shows, or some cartoons, or whatnot. And his whole thing was, people on YouTube post these things, and I'm like, that's how I remember them. I don't remember them because I do. I remember them because there's videos or you guys mention them. So, like, if you're a person that says, do you remember the line from the whatever to do the thing, and the what, and he's like, no. I'm like, no. So yeah, don't be those people. I'll get a little bit more later.
What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja just now.
Ninja?
It's the only way to describe it. A kind of cyborg ninja, complete with a sword.
What?
Are you hiding something from me?
Olga, are you sure it wasn't an Arsenal Tengu?
Don't be a fool. Think I wouldn't know the difference? I've never seen field gear like that ever.
All right, we'll intensify patrols. Anything else?
Actually, one more thing. You'll find it hard to believe, though. I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box.
Where?
On the connecting bridge to Shell 2.
You can actually see Snake doing that,
So
by
you
the way.
believe me this time.
I've seen someone use that box trick before.
If you catch him, you can see him
On the
doing
Shell
it.
2 connecting bridge.
Over and out then.
Fuck you, Snake. Now I gotta take care of bombs.
You must be one of Dead Cell.
Of course not. What a thing to say.
Drop your gun!
Not a chance.
Whoa! Damn. Okay.
I saw a female soldier. Russian.
Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a Dead Cell?
No, she commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the big shell.
That's right. She's led the group ever since her old man, Colonel Gerlukovich, died. Watch yourself with her. She's a tough one.
But yeah, the thing is he's not going to remember every line, and there's some people that do that, and I've heard other people, Greg Ayers from Funimation and Sentai Filmworks says he remembers everything he's ever done and is like cool about it, or he's just like a nerd about it and watching stuff. But you know, there are other people. Oh no!
Who's that?
Ah shit!
Enemy sight.
There we go.
What's going on? Respond. Communications with the heliport on the roof of Strati have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately.
Can I get in the door before? Yeah, good. So yeah, there are some actors that have said, I'm just too busy. I'm not gonna like sit down and rewatch all the stuff I've done. And, you know, more power to them, because it's like, how can you? If you're always doing something, because it is a time commitment to do things. And it's like, I've done the thing, and I might remember memories or things that I've done or whatever, you know. But a lot of people kind of be like, unless it's specifically something that people will tell me about all the time or whatnot, it's gonna be a hard thing to do. And Flynn was one of those people that's like, I'm not gonna remember every single thing that I've ever done. So there's just no way. Hey, look, bombs. Gotta watch out for that guard, though. But much like Metal Gear 1, you can collect the bombs on the floor. You gotta kind of wait for the dude. You can knock him out, but I'm on the wrong side of it, so it's not gonna help much. Gotta wait for him to do it. Trying to think. One of the other stories was... sometimes there's an issue, specifically in dubs, but it's not always the case. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna catch him. Ah, there we go. Okay. Ow. They're just repeating the... They're just repeating the story of Metal Gear a little bit. Let me catch these bombs here. Alright. So there was a story of, say, an actor gets a role. And for instance, it's David Hayter. And I've heard it's more notable with like David Hayter being thrown away for Kiefer Sutherland and whatnot. But it also happened in Metal Gear 4. Raiden was brought back. And Flynn was the original actor. So you would think that most dub companies or whatnot, the easiest thing to do in most cases would be just keep the same cast. Not so much. It was one of those things where the Japanese actor, or the Japanese director, and the Japanese cast, and then the dub casting crew were there. And obviously, Flynn gets the audition, because why wouldn't he? He was the original actor. But I think the story was, wow, you sound a lot like Raiden. We could use a guy like you. And he ended up getting the part, but nobody other than his agent and whatever recognized that he was the original actor when he walked in. So I always found that kind of funny that he had to re-audition for a role that he was perfect for because he was already the guy who did it. Again, is it always going to be the case that that happens? No, but I did find that kind of funny nonetheless. Let's see if there's any more. All right, level 2. There's a level 1 and level 1. Okay. The last story specifically that I recall was a thing that I started developing as a little running gag, but also an intriguing question was every actor's different. Every actor has a different style and different idea of who they are, and they've developed a thing after years and years and years. But I just thought of a thought experiment was, if you had the choice for like an hour or a day or whatever to change like your vocal mannerisms and whatnot to that of another actor, for instance, whose voice would you change? Or would you change to?
Jack, do you
Dang it.
remember the day we met?
I'll get to it in
I'm
a
kind
minute.
of busy right now, Rose.
I know, I was
Right,
talking
sorry.
too.
I do remember. It was right after I transferred to New York. There were all these tourists around you in front of the Federal Hall.
A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was climbing in the movie. I said it was probably the Chrysler building. And then you showed up and started mouthing off. You were like, no, it's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler building was in Godzilla.
We started arguing, and I forgot all about the tourists. I was insisting that I was right, and you were doing the same. The next thing we knew, the Japanese women had gone away, and we ended up going to the Skyscraper Museum to see who had the better recall.
We argued all the way to Battery Park.
And for nothing.
Since the museum was closed, we went our separate ways from the museum. And then I found you again by coincidence out in the base corridor.
An amazing coincidence that we were actually working at the same place.
That night we went up to the top of the Empire State.
It was so beautiful. I could look down on the Chrysler building from 120 stories above ground.
I felt overwhelmed. I didn't care anymore who was right.
And that was our first date.
We watched King Kong in your apartment a bunch of times that night. Didn't sleep till morning. If it weren't for that coincidence, we wouldn't be together.
I know. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm taking up your time again.
What?
Take care.
Weird. Anyway, so the last story that I remember specifically was, and I've asked different people, like, if you were given that option, what voice or what voice actor would you choose? And, some people would choose, some people wouldn't. Uh-oh. Damn. And, somebody said the voice actress from Metal Gear, from Ghost in the Shell, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, which is a great choice, great actress from like anime and stuff. Other people would say Patrick Stewart, obviously. I remember one was Jeff Bridges, because not just not just the voice, but the lifestyle. Like, imagine being Jeff Bridges for a day. So I thought that was pretty funny. So a couple years go by, and I asked... So I asked Quentin Flynn about it, and his response was also interesting, in a way I wasn't expecting. Because again, we know him as Raiden and from other roles and stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, and if you don't know him from anything but this, that's fine. And then, you know, I'm just describing it. I'm not saying he's like the best or worst actor on the planet, but he's a cool guy. But again, his answer I thought was very poignant. His was, you know, that's cool, but I kind of like my own voice. You know, because I've developed, like, what my sound is, what my voice is like, what my mannerisms are, what my verbal tics are. You know, little things here and there that are only, like, me. Like, my voice is mine and can only be mine, and I'm only trying to, you know, unless I'm trying to change my voice to suit a, you know, trying to mimic somebody else's performance, I know what my voice sounds like, my voice profile. And I thought that was an interesting way of looking at it, because again, someone's voice is their voice. You know. Ow. I didn't think... Oh. Oh. Man. Shit. I didn't think this was the serious one. I thought I had one left to go. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, don't I feel stupid? I'm sorry. Well. So yeah, he can walk just fine. I feel really stupid, but trying to get to my own bullshit. I thought he wasn't gonna do that until his next conversation, but because I'm not done with the bombs. I didn't think he'd talk. Fuck. Well. Sorry about that. Besides, the videos run a bit long anyway. But yeah, so getting back to the conversation, I'm like, that is like some interesting ideas of like what it takes to develop a certain concept of who you are. And do I want that box? It's gonna drive me nuts if I don't get it. So, okay, it's not from there. Because it is a thing that you have to develop. It's a process that you do need to get. And it could take months, years to develop and change like what your style of acting is. Like, and it's not even just a style, it's the idea that what you're good at as an actor can change too, because I don't think Quentin is gonna go, you know, he's not gonna be perfect for a certain role because his style, his voice does not work for David Hayter's voice. David Hayter's voice is not going to be the same for Flynn's style of acting, and it was just nice to kind of hear that, because it was like, I was not expecting that. And I don't think I'm gonna get... I don't think I'm gonna get that box. That's unfortunate. I'm missing a lot of things. Here we go. Or no. I tried. Look, these are things that I'm trying to get and trying to show off, and then I'm not getting them. That's annoying. But yeah, that's it correlates to a lot of different things. Because it's kind of like the way somebody works at a job or does different things. People specialize in different things. Acting is a specialization. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get that box. I know I'm supposed to. It's a fun thing to get. Maybe it's... Oh. I see. Uh-huh. Oh, it's that easy? Oh, no, it isn't. Damn! I'm spending an extra minute trying to get these stupid boxes. You know what? Screw it. I'll try one more time. No. Yeah. I don't know what that box is for. It's gonna drive me nuts. I'll try one more time. Just because I want this video to end. I'll try one more time just for sure. Kind of a make good for the Stillman thing. No. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've tried everything. This isn't gonna work. It's fine. Well, now I absolutely know that I've tried everything, and I'm still not getting it. It's not that important. I can safely say that much. I'm sorry for wasting everybody's time. But yeah, it's getting back to the idea of work being hard to specialize in. You need to specialize in your field. And there is a lot of work that goes into it. And I think that's underestimated quite a bit by a lot of people. Just how hard it is to work. How hard it is to be an actor, a YouTuber, a worker, a football player, a rock star, whatever. Specializing takes a lot of work and a lot of effort that a lot of people can underestimate, that it is a skill. It isn't just something you can do. Not just anybody can do. There is talent involved. And again, there's also talent in knowing, like, what you can and can't do as well. So, like I said, every actor is different and is going to feel and sound a different way. So I just found that so interesting. Anyway, I will not skip this one. I'll keep my hands on.
Last C4 frozen. There's nothing showing up on the sensor now.
Good work, Raiden.
You're way ahead of me, kid. I still have one to go.
How's your bomb, Peter?
It's a bomb, all right. Sealed C4, and in huge quantities.
You think there's another one in Shell 1?
For sure. Somewhere at the bottom of Strut A.
Why are you so certain?
If this bottom section of the strut is demolished, Shell 2 will be well on its way to destruction.
You mean that Shell 2 will actually sink?
Not immediately. There'll still be 5 struts left. But if Shell 1 loses a strut at the same time, it'll be a very different story. The big shell's structural integrity depends on a very exact balance. If both shells lose a strut each, the whole structure will tear itself apart under its own weight.
What do we do?
I have a sensor that can locate even those scentless C4s. It makes combined use of a neutron scintillator and a hydrogen bomb detector.
You brought that stuff with you?
Of course. I made the calibrations while I was in the pantry.
Does it work?
I just tested it, and it definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
There's another one in that pantry I was in. You can go back and get it.
It's all yours, Raiden.
I'm going to study it some more and see if the freezing process will work. Don't touch the other one until I say so.
Okay. I'll stand by until you radio in.
Okay. So, that's done, and my little stories are done too. With a little bit of a detour trying to find a fucking box. Let me get to... Shit. I think I can out in this one. Okay, here we go. Let me get in here, and then I'll call it an episode. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the stories, and apologies for ditching one of Stillman's things, because I forgot that was that one. Oh well. I feel like a failure as a YouTuber. I'm supposed to show off everything!
What can I do for you, Jack?
Oh well. Me and my goofy stories, when I actually have something worth telling that's relevant. Anyway, hopefully that was enough to kill the time, because this was a 40-minute episode. But hey.
I can't believe it. Stillman's prosthetic leg was all a big lie.
Don't be too hard on him, Rose.
Liar,
But he's
liar.
got no right to go around pretending he's got a prosthetic leg. That's
Actually,
an
she's...
insult to people who really can't walk.
I'm on her
Everyone's got
side.
their own reasons. Sometimes you've got no choice but to lie.
You're right. I guess it is necessary sometimes.
Rose?
It's nothing. Well, see ya.
I'm actually on her side. That is kind of... But anyway, no more liar, liar, pants on fire, and I got no more stories to tell. So we'll get to more shit in the next episode.